Hey, how's it everybody? Aloha. This morning I put out that video about could it be my last reaction? And it was a satire bit. I had some fun with it, but of course it is a classic song, so I know that a lot of you guys had fun. You got a nice little laugh at it, and some of you it just brought back some great memories, you know, soundtrack of your life. You hear a song and sometimes make you go, oh man, I remember. All right, I am back with Jinger. I'm doing Teacher. I want to thank everybody for the comments. A lot of the comments were really supportive. A lot of the comments really drilled down on the fact that, you know, she is totally organic with her voice. You see, I don't know. Remember, I'd never heard of the band. First time listening, no research, because that's what I thought reaction videos were, was just to listen and be completely blown away by the musicianship and the skill set and everything. Also, killer to find out that that video was to highlight the drummer. I did a little more homework, which was great. Something else I also did through the homework before I did this video was Tatiana just released a video. I'll put that video link down below on how she did her growl. And so, you know, I just want to clarify that I never said I don't believe it's her. I just, as an old composer who has never been technically involved in this genre, realized how male or female did that, you know. So thanks for giving me just a little leeway. You know, I did get some of those harder comments, but you know, that's okay. You put your butt out here on social media and it'll get shut off every now and then. Okay, so let's get ready for Teacher. Once again, I still get the comments on the headsets, AKG 240. These are very durable studio cans. They've been around forever and stuff. As a matter of fact, I use the same model literally for 30 years. I know there's better cans out there, but they're like 50 bucks and really good, and they're open back or partially open back, so it makes a difference when you're listening to it. All right, looking forward to Jinger's Teacher. All right.
Took me and placed me in front of a class. She gave a hint I was a glow of the mass. I'm intermediate of the holy of holies. I have no worries. I saw past the icons on the wall. I saw needles and stones. So she put a paper bag on my head. She pointed finger at me and then she said, dear Lord, forgive me as I'm slapping this sinful child. By your head I'm led, so I will show what is wrong and what is right. Choose your end because I'm merciful. Put your knuckles on the table, give my friends Pharaoh will punish you.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. For those of you, if this is the first time you're coming to see the composer, old composer, a la decomposer, do my breakdowns. I don't read lyrics. I treat the singer just like a part of the band for their instrument. So that's how I go about this. And I'm sorry if you think I stop at the wrong time, but since I don't know where I'm stopping and what I'm doing, except for where I'm going to call a shot. All right. The power of the opening kind of sent me in like, okay, this is a Jinjer song. I felt it. It was just a ready to grind. I want to say whole step or a whole step and a half drop tune. I'm not too sure. And so that hits you right in here. What I didn't expect was Tatiana's performance to be kind of pseudo rap-esque in its rhythm, and I loved it. And I love that there was a little harmony on it. It sounded like a fifth. Now remember, when I'm doing my reactions here, I'm not going back and listening and being 100% for sure. That's why when you guys respond and give me comments, I go, oh, that's what happened there. Then as we moved forward, then there were obvious slight meter changes, it felt like. I really couldn't put my finger on it because I was really focusing on the engineering and her as a performer and the musicianship. I think we're all used to the fact that the kind of music that is on this channel and 90% of the tracks that I review have, you know, polyrhythmic magic to it. No doubt this is it. Now what I don't know is if this isn't the same drummer than the one from Pisces, but one of the things, like I said, I noticed thus far with her growling that there seems to be sometimes a harmony on it, built into it. It doesn't mean that it's not part of her ability to do her work, just, you know, part of layering and doing things. Sometimes, you know, I don't know if I'm hearing this correctly. Once again, I'm going to rely on you guys to help me out with this. But thus far, you know, so far it's Jinger just doing what it does best, and that's giving the polyrhythmic world of people's elbow right now with this kind of gent style grind. So I'm going to take it back a little bit, and let's move forward.
Maybe fools too. Self-proclaimed preacher, wrote on the back of welfare, no lecture stop to bear. We need no soup, shove down our throats, so keep your monologues unrated and remote. I am a bad example of order. This life is not a prison, and you are not the warden. Please teacher, leave us alone, as we accept methods from now on.
Okay, so now I heard what I thought was harmony during certain sections of her hook, her, you know, the chorus there, and without a doubt, she's performing organically, the growl and everything, but it does seem, and I'm sure I'll catch the comments, but it does seem that in that short, maybe there's like one bar where it seems where they could have done in post some doubling just to make that thicker and a little affected it, you know. There's nothing wrong with affecting anybody, you know. Truly, when the musicianship and the performance is organic like hers, you know, it sounds like there could be a harmonizer just somewhere in the back that just made that thicker in layers just in one little section. Another thing that I loved about what she was doing in her verse was, I caught at the very beginning, there does seem to be this kind of, I don't want to call it a rap feature, but in the sense that it's rhythmic speaking in more of a slam poetry kind of energy than there was a fixed melody. That's the way I caught it. The time changes and everything here are astronomical. They're huge, as a matter of fact, the way everything is being laid out. But in order for me to go and really dissect that, I think I'm going to have to go back and forth, just kind of like that guy, what's his name? Rick Beato, how he really does these big detail things. He back and forth for me to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward. Let's take it back a little bit and see what else we got coming up. Okay.
Leave us alone, as we accept methods from now on. When the prejudice let us down, we stay firmly on our ground. Don't let this cool
Okay, it sounds like we're going to go into a really super cool passage. But I just want to say what I love, and you may have heard me say this in other videos. I love it when bands take an opportunity in their productions through the dynamics that they choose to produce the song, arrange the song, and then deliver it to the listener. There's moments of like bringing the what I would call the pure listener back into a place of like cleansing a sonic palette. And that little passage that we just went through when the guitars were just these big whole notes, ring, 2, 3, 4, you know, they really just let it just clear the path. And the bass was on it, but then the bass also was also doing just a little bit of work leading into the next measure. So it'd be boom. I kind of heard doom, doom, boom, boom, or something of that nature. There was something that was moving there. And her voice, oh my God, she is so talented to just that tone of hers is just magic. And of course there are harmonies that I guarantee she's singing. In the fifth I can hear, and it's just absolute magic. Now it looks like we're going to go into something really, really cool that I experienced in the first video, which was Pisces, was the skill, the musicianship of the musicians. I think I'm in for a little surprise here. Stand by.
Scream to me, throwing shame on my face as I turn away from infamy and disgrace. I smile to you, 'cause I want you to see how I break the rules in front of your Trinity.
I thought that was it. I was getting ready to stop. Oh. I can't say that I'm surprised how blown away I am, because my first experience with Jinjer on Pisces brought me to a whole level of understanding more metalcore than I thought I know as a passive listener. You know, like I said in my intro, you know, even though I've heard the music before, I never dove into it until I started doing these reaction things and then learning from what you folks are saying. There was another section in there where the drums seemed to have gone into kind of a swing vibe. I wish I would have stopped at that point, but I just wanted to get through so that I can just really feel the song. That middle that nice little passage where there was wide open, beautiful, clean guitar. The chords that he seems to be using there are ones that are, you know, these ninths or these, you know, with 13th or unresolved beautiful voicings, left them just hanging out there and gliding. And then I heard something. If you saw me go like this, I heard something in the back, and I'm going, is that another guitar doing this really small arpeggio sequence in the middle? I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's the bass. But then all of a sudden the bass came in with a little bit of a line, and so I can't tell. I mean, I don't see any keyboards, I don't see any synths or anything like that. I can only assume that it was an overdub that was happening there. Then it comes into the power, And what I loved about that is that they continued to use some of the chords that they did in that passage that are wide open, beautiful chords. The voicings are like, do that to you, or it does that to me emotionally. It's just this huge kind of like opening of the soul kind of a thing, and that's what it feels like, and the way they let it ring out. And then I thought it was over, and I just got my ass handed to me because they closed it with the people's elbow there. So anyhow, another wonderful experience with Jinjer. I love learning about bands like this. I do have a lot more coming. You guys should see how many tabs I have open on my browser up here for all the suggestions you guys are sending. Thank you for all of your comments, even some of the ones that are from the D-Bag Canoe, you know, some Tootsie Trolls that come by and drop a few turds. But hey, you know, that's part of, like I said, putting your ass out there like that. Once again, the link for the cans will be down there. I'm also going to put a link to Jinjer's music, because a lot of people I'm finding are finding other bands and stuff because of what I'm doing, and they perhaps may want to buy some of that as well. And so, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks for hanging out, and aloha. All right. See ya.